All right, so that league went pretty well. I think that did show the power of Flame Slash. Um, other than hitting the Thought-Knot Seer, there wasn't an instance where this was strictly necessary, I would say. But it's just a lot of power for 1 mana, and considering that most of the time the burn spells go at creatures rather than the players anyway, given this particular style of deck, which is more like old-fashioned red deck wins rather than the more common type of burn strategy that we've seen throughout Modern's history. Um, yeah, the 4 Horizon lands almost cost us the game against burn, but thankfully the core of the deck and bad draws on the opponent's part bailed us out. It's um, still possible to win against burn with 4 Horizon lands, as we saw. Obviously, if burn is more prevalent, going back down to 2 might be correct. But yeah, another pretty clean 5-0. I did play a few other leagues before this, testing out Flame Slash. I think that going forward, especially for the Blister Coil version, this is definitely correct. Seal of Fire would be the only card that would tempt me to maybe play in place of Flame Slash if I'm on Bomat Courier, because Seal of Fire doesn't synergize well with Blister Coil Weird. Doesn't pump it, it's not an instant or sorcery. Because the thing I like about Seal of Fire is that it can be sacked for 4 damage as soon as Obosh hits the battlefield. Sometimes that can burn them out. Um, but Flame Slash might even be better in that version too. I was playing it a while with a Bomat version, and having access to effectively another Lightning Bolt at sorcery speed most of the time, and sometimes even better, being able to kill 4 toughness creatures, definitely has its merits. But I think that, especially in this meta, it's probably better than Burst Lightning. I think I could say that pretty confidently. I just honestly didn't think about it until this weekend, the possibility of playing this instead of Burst Lightning. Um, yeah, I like it. I like the new version. I think this shows that the deck definitely has game against just about everything. Thankfully, we didn't run it into any impossible matchups like Neo Brand or Ad Nauseam. I think Ad Nauseam is even worse than Neo Brand because uh, Neo Brand has a bit more fail rate, has a higher fail rate, even though it wins faster. Um, because Ad Nauseam, although it wins like turn 3 or 4, while it's doing so, it typically also prevents us from winning in Angel's Grace and Phyrexian Unlife. So the difference is not, yeah, it doesn't really make a difference that it wins later, since a part of it winning is typically preventing us from winning in the process. So yeah, I we did see Castle Umbreth come into play tapped once, but unless that happens a lot more, or unless that happens a number of times more in testing, I still think it's good. We didn't get to see this happen, but I have won games specifically against Blue-White Control on occasion uh, by flashing back Season Pyromancer tokens and swinging with pump tokens from Castle Umbreth. That is a thing. I think 1-of is perfectly fine, since you usually will see this if the game goes long enough, and usually that's the only time you can afford to pump in mana anyway. So I think 1-of is pretty has pretty low downside and pretty high upside. Um, but we did get to see a minor problem in one of those games, which we did end up winning anyway. So there is that. So all right, I think I'm still going to be jamming this, and hope to continue winning more trophies.